Oh, fang det out, fang det out. Well, this morning I've come to the Lanna Traditional House Museum. This is part of Chiang Mai University, and if you're watching this, Wayne, I'm not following in your footsteps. Where you came the other day was just the other side of the trees over there. That was the art museum. But this morning what I've done is come to this traditional house museum. This is a nice layout. There's school children on a school visit here at the moment. It's in a wooded, shaded area, and it's very pleasant to walk around. The ticket, absolutely incredible. 20 baht. There's no dual pricing here. You literally just turn up, pay the 20 baht, walk in, after you've had your temperature taken, of course. So what we're going to do here is come in and we're going to walk around and see these buildings. And on the internet there is their website, and it's very good. It's all in English or Thai, and you can go to the English version of the website and read all about each house. There's a lot of information to decipher. Basically the names of the houses are, as given here, 1, 2, 3, the Thai Lu house and the Calais house and Northern Thai house. And in the website, if you read it tells you a bit about where the property came from, because they've been transplanted here. They've actually been relocated to these positions. They were previously owned by people, and some of them were salvaged from being demolished and repurposed and saved. For instance, there's one here saved by the Japanese, by a Japanese group that wanted it saved for prosperity. Good idea. I think it's really nice to see this collection here. Yes, it's under the flight path. The airport is just behind me, obviously, it's just taken off, and near to Dom Payam, the market, that's the fresh market that's just across the junction. Well, the Q family that were responsible for this house being built in the 1920s were forced out by the Japanese when they were occupying Thailand, and the house was, repurposed for their occupation. Well, after the war, the family returned to the house, and it was later then passed on to Chiang Mai University for safekeeping. I'll leave you a link to the website. You can read and see photographs inside. It's just like any other colonial Western type house. Very, very beautiful. Going to be competing with the noise of the teacher taking the children round. But I don't think it's going to be quite the same competition that I had in my video the other day with Lily. When I went to the coffee shop and the fish park with Lily, I had a couple of problems. One, I said hello to the dog, and after the dog greeted me and smudged on my camera, I then went to the coffee shop, and we were walking around the coffee shop, and I had cobwebs coming over my head and also into the lens. The day just got worse. At the coffee shop, just like here with the aircraft, they were cutting large trunks of trees into something to support a building, and the the noise in the background precluded me from recording something that I was really happy with. I've mentioned to people off camera many times that I have trouble when I hear noises in the background. It distracts me, and I'm determined today to overcome that. I'm going to talk through the noise in the background here so that I can actually practice and also bring to you the beauty of this place. This rice barn was actually 150 years ago in Pa Sang. I've taken you to Pa Sang on some of my videos before. It was bought here as an example for the university to show. It's a really beautiful building. Once again, in the website there's lots of detail, and I'll leave that link below. Well, this building is called Payapong Langkar. This is the third building on my little walk around here. This apparently is a rather higher status people family house that would have traditionally been built within inside the moated city of Chiang Mai. It's dated round about 1896, and therefore in previous video again I've been talking about that period whereby McGilvery and McCain were coming along to Chiang Mai at that time. This is what the higher status people inside the city would have been living in. I've just asked the teachers that are with the children here. They're from Prince Royal College here in Chiang Mai. They're having a visit, I think a very lucky visit here to see the buildings today. This is an obvious test of how tall people were. I'm 5'8", and this beam here is round about 5'6" off the ground. So yeah, not made for modern humans. I'll walk on up and see inside of here. This is lovely. Very nice indeed. Wow. Fabulous. These buildings are absolutely gorgeous, and to keep some of my subscribers happy, stunning, wonderful place. I mean, to think that we are standing on 150, 200-year-old buildings, and they are maintained and being kept in such a good condition here. I feel pretty privileged here. I feel really privileged that I'm able to see this history. I'm not seeing bricks and mortar of buildings that have been designed to, rabbit hutches like we know today. I'm not seeing buildings that are, prefabricated to be so obviously saleable, something that everybody can live in. These look individual. Now, you may well get 20 of these in a village, or you may well get several of these in a place in a town, but they've got character. Every one of them's got so much character. Really beautiful. The website's telling me that these beams, there are 37 of them under this building. They're all shaped into hexagonal beams, and if I count this one here, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow, how lovely these are. The building apparently is from Jomtong, and the name of this building is given to the grandma that lived in it. Built apparently turn of the 1900s in Jomtong, and donated here to the museum. You're going to stay away from my lens? Yeah, you're going to come and say hello? Hello. Daddy. Well, here's a relatively new construction of a bamboo home. This is typically what we see out in the villages today in the mountains, where some people still live in buildings just like this. Engineering advances today have meant that you can dip bamboo into borax, a solution of borax which preserves and it kills the bugs and also preserves the bamboo from going old and rotting. So I doubt if in days gone by that would have been possible with structures built from bamboo. While this is Hua Wong and actually belong to the Wong family, which are a high status family from Lampun and the Pasang district. This building was originally built in Pasang and then moved to a temple in Lampun, and then finally gifted to the Chiang Mai University. This wonderful building over here, the little one, the bungalow lower down, was built just after World War II. It was lived in by Ui Kao, a name. It was built just outside of the moated area in Chiang Mai City, and it is referred to as a folk building. I'll leave again the link in the description to the website. Check out this building detail. You'll see the photographs inside. Really, really lovely, and it's, you know, nicely set out on the website for you to understand. Well, this building here is originally from 1917, precisely 1917 in Mae Tang, and is slightly upmarket from the previous building down here. And as you can see, it's built higher, on steps higher. Mae Tang floods more, and it's rather more high status because you can see the rooms are larger, the layout is much larger. It's quite a significant building. Well, this building is, as many of them are, they're named after the family who the homes belong to. This boasts modern technology because apparently it was built in 1927 and had nails and bolts and smoother finishes on things. There are a lot of square pillars because obviously trees were not just shaped into hexagonal, octagonals or whatever. They were actually lathed into, or sawn or lathed into squares, and therefore surfaces were a lot squarer. Nice wide balconies and the veranda keeping the rain off of this walkway through here. I've got to admit, going into this building, I don't know what the name of it is or anything about it. The website doesn't carry the information on this one. I'm not sure as to what the details are. So I'm going to go in and find out, see if I can glean any information in here. Nope. I'm wondering whether it's not a house. It's actually like an office, an open plan area here, and you'd have the the windows that you would close. And maybe this is the boss's office. Cup of tea, Gov? Okay, I'll put the kettle on. Well, if your child was at Prince School, Prince College outing at the museum today, you can see what they were up to, and you can see that some of them were having games and they were paying attention to their teachers giving their lessons. A very nice setting for a lesson underneath such a beautiful tree like that. The smell of grass from the newly cut lawn over there. Perhaps I could start a new channel called Sniff This. Lovely. It's moist as well from the dampness of the overnight moisture. Very nice indeed. What a lovely morning. I've really enjoyed myself here at the museum, and if there had not been children here, it would have been very quiet, but I could not have wished for a more beautiful day. Sun's out, the clouds are just fluffy, the lovely blue sky, the birds are in the trees, the odd aircraft taking off from the airport there, and the children being children. Beautiful. I'm really pleased I came here. You couldn't ask for a nicer place to have a lesson from a teacher who wants to show you how to create something so beautiful. I've enjoyed my visit here to the Lanna Traditional House Museum at Chiang Mai University. I hope you have too. Consider giving me a thumbs up, please, and leaving a comment. Check the description. I'll leave you information there about everything I've shown you today, and maybe some more if I can find it. Check back on a regular basis. I do videos, I used to say once, twice a week. This is October and it's the 7th, and I've published 7 already. Wow. Maybe it's 31 this month. We'll see. Anyway, see you next time. Take care, stay well, stay happy. Bye-bye.